One thing that we always think about is what is a good call to action? What is the value exchange in your product for a prospect? And if we're going in at the top of the funnel, initial awareness, how do we create that fair value exchange? Hi, I'm Nicholas Forsyth, Director at Sales Inc. Having run the Sales Inc. service business for close to a decade, having worked across over 25 different industries from cybersecurity to cloud solutions to omni-channel retail to champagne, I can tell you firsthand that there is lots of nuances that you find along the way. You might go to market with a particular call to action or a particular offering that just isn't gelling with the market. When it comes to getting in front of someone and getting them to volunteer time, you need to consider the fact that time is the most valuable commodity on earth. People can't buy more time. So if you're looking to articulate your solution to a prospect and you're looking to get a prospect to volunteer time and you want these two to meet in the middle, there needs to be a fair value exchange. One thing that we always think about is what is a good call to action? What is the value exchange in your product for a prospect? Now, what we think will be a fair value exchange might not always be what that underlying prospect is looking for. And that is a nuance of a campaign. And what we will do once we get market feedback is we'll make a pivot. We'll change the solution and we'll give that feedback accordingly to the client so the client can adapt their process. What we also might find is that key decision maker, that key buyer, say it's a CFO, we might find that the budget sits within the HR department for a particular campaign. And we need to then completely revolutionize a data set to ensure that we're talking to the right person. So we'll go back to the drawing board and we'll pivot the solution accordingly. Now, when it comes to sales, go-to-market campaigns, you can never fall in love with an idea, otherwise you'll be humbled within 24 hours. The market is always dynamic and fluid, and what worked yesterday will not necessarily work today. So you need to be completely fluid with your go-to-market. You need to be looking at your tool suite, okay? Whether you're using maybe LinkedIn for direct outreach, then following that with email, whether you're then overlaying SMS, whether you're overlaying phone calls, whether you're trying to do some form of in-person events. You need to find this perfect balance, this perfect recipe, and you need to know that this recipe is always changing. Sometimes you'll need to add more salt than pepper, and sometimes you need to add more pepper than salt and flour, and so on and so forth. So if you're continually looking at these things, if you're continually making pivots and adjustments with the market, you're going to have success. So in a nutshell, you cannot set in stone your go-to-market strategy. Things always need to be evaluated. Pivots always need to be made. Offerings always need to be tweaked. If you can adapt and do these type of things, you will win and flourish.